Heather's conversation with trees. I love it. It's brilliant. It's very interesting because in a way what we're doing, you have a very complex language here of biodiversity. And in a way, what part of the artistic quest is in a way to find a way of communicating that language and getting people involved in it who don't have that, that scientific kind of vision, but actually can enter into a conversation with Heather and actually care for trees like this. So in a way, that's part of the process. In many ways, I work from one assumption is that really, like Ian McEwan said, to read the future is incredibly difficult. And we've never actually, as a culture, had to face that challenge. Or human beings probably have never had to face that challenge, that they've got to actually absorb the future as part of their decision processes now. And one of the things that comes out of the whole creative sector is just let's throw our best creative brains and engage them in this and just see what comes out. And it's a huge kind of process of experimentation. It's in a way, it's kind of, it is practice-based research. It's quite a sophisticated program now with many, many outcomes. There's lots of writing about us, whatever. And there's a lot of writing by us. Lots of authors have picked this up. But the other outcome, and one of the nice things about artists is that they do something. That they produce something at the end. And what they then do is then put it into the public forum. A piece of art really doesn't exist until it's actually into the public forum. And that's what we do. We kind of come up with these ideas. We come out, struggle away, trying to come up with the ideas and the thinking, and then put them into the public forum. And just to give you an indication, this is only a snapshot of the kind of activity we're doing. But as you can see, it is now global. There are each of these are a really big intervention. The Burning Ice film was shown on Sundance television all across America. It's been shown here. It's now hopefully going to get onto television here. These are each of them. And the Maritime Museum is a major, major exhibition that's going to run for 6 months. Cape Farewell, Canada, Carbon, all of these are major interventions. They are only a snapshot of all the work we're doing. So the kind of intervention that we're making into actual culture and saying, well, okay, let's find another way, let's have another discourse and actually engage people in a completely other kind of conversation about the subject that each of us care desperately about. And then media. And, it's great that we do any of these interventions, but it's a natural media story. So the media coverage we get, Ian McEwan, when he published Solar, he got 10 minutes of primetime news to talk about climate change. Now, any scientist in this room, including Dave, will actually die for that. It is like, why did that happen? And it was because he had an interesting way, and the media could pick up with it and run with it. We did an exhibition, as Heather said, at the Royal Academy, just in front of Copenhagen. The amount of media that we got attention. So in a way, yes, the exhibition was important, and it had, 30,000 visitors. But that was amplified in the media as a discussion about whether climate should or should not, and what we can do in actually looking at ways forward. So I think a lot of the process of Cape Farewell, yes, we go up to the Arctic, or actually this year what we're doing is going into Scotland, on the west coast of Scotland, because there are sustainable communities. We can go from these sustainable communities, so we can carry on with the science. We're looking at microenergy generation. We're looking at all sorts of kind of platforms of social innovation. But at the same time, we bring the stories back home, the artists produce, and then we can get them into the public forum in such a major, major way. Another artist, please, can you come? This is going to be a very interesting act. I think it's going to work.
I hope so. Hello, everybody. I'm Angela.